Cool. We're live. Here we are. We're only 2 minutes late. That's not bad.
No, we had a last minute. What? Is it not on the right one?
Is this on the circle? Circle mode.
There it is.
Okay.
We had a last minute foster care call, so I was talking to a social worker.
Unexpected, but
yeah.
we needed to answer it. So.
Yeah, no, it was a call we were waiting for. So, but we're here.
Oh, let's take a deep breath. That setup was chaotic for a second.
Yeah, but we're
it's
here.
a lot of stuff, but we're here. We
Yeah.
are here with our beautiful office. I love it.
I love it too. Happy Hump Day. What? It's Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about Wednesday first. Yes, happy Hump Day. I hope everybody's getting through their Wednesday all right. Today was a big Wednesday for us. A lot of editing, a lot of getting back with brands, a lot of revising content, a lot of ideating content. It just doesn't stop.
Yeah. Well, also it's because like we're taking a road trip soon, so we're trying to get all of our ducks in a row before we leave on our road trip, which
are a lot of ducks.
We're so excited for.
Yes, very excited for the road trip.
Yeah.
We have done this once before. We're doing it again. Last time it ended up in a cross-country move because that's what made us realize we wanted to live in LA. We'll see what happens on this one. Who knows? Who knows where we might end up?
I don't think we're gonna move with this one. I think we're gonna go home and visit family and come right back.
We shouldn't. We should
no,
stay.
we should stay. That zero, is that not showing? Why isn't it showing our viewers?
It is. It says concurrent viewers.
Oh,
Viewers
there it
317.
is. It popped up. It just popped up.
The YouTube refresh rate.
It's a little slow.
YouTube.
It's a little
Get
slow.
it together.
Oh, someone said I finally caught an actual live for once. Yay,
Yay.
Natalie.
We got Brandon Rush in the house. Wait a minute. I think that's one of the best wheelchair basketball players in the world.
Yay. Hi, Brandon.
Yes.
Guys, don't mind me. I'm going to be wiping my eye this entire video. I should have honestly gotten tissue.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all remember from last
Can we go
live.
get you tissue?
No, it's okay. I don't remember from last live if y'all remember, but this eye has been watering. And it's still doing it. And it's only one eye.
Yeah.
So I'm going to maybe get medicine to dry this eye out. It's like, I just don't know what to do. I should go to the doctor. I just don't know if we have time before the road trip.
Yeah, but you can't deal with that the whole trip.
I know. It's only certain times it does that. I know it's bad right now, isn't it?
No, not as bad as when we were filming yesterday. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Like, they'll see the cool video. I don't want to say what the video's about on Sunday. It's fun.
While we were filming the video, there was a lot of eye draining happening.
Yes.
A lot of eye draining.
Yeah. I don't like saying that. Eye draining.
What should we say?
I don't know. Draining.
Leaking? Eye leaking?
Oh, that's... I don't know what's worse, draining or leaking.
I don't know.
There's a lot of eye issues. How about that?
Yeah.
But should we shout out our
new members? Yeah.
New
Do we want this on
members.
the stand or something?
It's just too far away. I can't read it.
Oh.
I can hold it though.
Did Coach Brandon respond? No, he didn't.
I don't know.
He doesn't want to claim. He's too humble. Too humble.
You want to do the member shout outs? You read them. You're really good at pronouncing
I'm good at pronouncing names.
the names.
I can do that. I think it's only 4 new members. So thank you to these 4. We have LaToya Jackson. Thank you. I also feel like I recognize that name. LaToya Jackson?
I think she's one of the,
Babe, you're crying, babe.
I know. LaToya is one of the, I'm pretty sure, like Michael Jackson's sister. I don't think this is who that is, but.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like
it's
full
fine.
on tears.
We're going to pretend it's not happening. We're just going to ignore it.
Okay. Also, Colma, thank you very much.
Colma responds to a lot. I see Colma on Instagram a lot.
And then Hiawatha Wells, thank you as well. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And lastly, Creative Diva. Yeah.
Thank you.
Y'all must
Thank you
be
for joining.
kindred spirits. We got a Creative Diva right
They
here.
have a Creative Diva?
Yeah. In all the best ways.
Thank you. No, thank you everyone for being members.
Yes. If you're unaware, members get to see videos a day early.
Oh,
get some extra updates through life. Priority response to comments. And something else that I always forget.
Updates? You said updates? Priority response. Early access.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, someone help us remember.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yay. Someone said try tearing. Eye tearing. Duh.
What?
Instead of draining or leaking,
tearing.
eye tearing. You know, pretty simple.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, I like that better. My eye tearing. But we're just going to pretend it's not happening. So, all right.
First time caught you live.
Aw, Keegan.
I missed it. It went away.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Keegan. We love
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Keegan. Someone asked about the membership. I think it's like $4.99 or something like that.
Oh yes, it's $4.99.
Do members also don't have ads?
Oh, I don't think that's YouTube Premiere. Like that's YouTube's whole separate thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Someone said this may sound crazy, but it could be dry eye. I treated my dry eyes, I am treated for dry eyes, and it's agitating. So can you have dry eye in one eye, or does it have to be both?
I bet it could be one eye.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I'm annoyed with this, so I'm gonna go look up something for dry eye, and see if it helps. Thank you.
It's been like 5 days.
No,
of
babes. No.
longer?
It's been like 9 days.
It's been like 9 days of
Yeah.
eye tearing.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Lots of tearing.
Yeah, but
You need to like hydrate more because you're running out of fluid.
I know I'm leaking. All right, let's. You want to talk about our road trip really quick before we dive into the topic?
Yeah, well, and there's also what we did last night.
What did we do last night? Oh, yeah.
Well,
What
yeah,
did we
so
do? I'm just kidding.
last night we went to a movie premiere. Which is
Yes.
very, very exciting. And what made it extra exciting was that it was a project that Shane and Hannah are involved in.
They're executive producers.
Yes. And the lead is a disabled man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a beautifully told story. And I love seeing representation done right.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just beautiful. And there were so many cool people there at the
Mm-hmm.
premiere. So we were hobnobbing, rubbing shoulders with all the disabled creatives out there,
Yeah.
which makes me happy.
Can you say what it's called?
Oh, it's called Good Bad Things.
Yes.
Which is a beautiful title, too. I mean, if you watch the movie, which you may be able to, you should look. It's going to have a theatrical release, a short run, I think is what they call it, at like 50 AMC theaters.
Yes.
I don't know where they are.
No, I know.
Oh, you know?
Yeah. So it is in theaters tomorrow.
Ooh.
So it's in theaters tomorrow. It's called Good Bad Things, and it's really, really, really good. We highly recommend it. It's in a lot of major cities. I'm just
Yeah.
going to name some off really quickly for you all. But you have to make sure it's an AMC near you.
AMC.
Only select AMCs, but Atlanta, Georgia, Austin, Texas, Baltimore, Maryland, Boston, Massachusetts, Buffalo, New York,
It's all the big cities.
Chicago, Illinois, Columbus, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, Denver, Colorado, El Paso, Texas, Houston, Texas, Jacksonville, Florida. You should do the next one. Las
Okay.
Vegas, Nevada, Los Angeles, Orange County, California, Miami, Florida, Minneapolis.
All right, I'm going to go fast.
Oh,
New York, Oklahoma City, or
no,
too
they
fast?
can't keep up with that.
New York, Oklahoma City, Orlando, Philly, Phoenix, Pittsburgh, Portland, Salt Lake City, San Antonio, San Diego, San Francisco, Santa Fe. It's a lot of Sams.
I know.
Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa, Tucson, or is that Tucson?
Tucson.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
And Washington, D.C.
So-
most of the major cities.
Yeah, so it's most likely going to be in a theater near you if you're near a major city. And you all should watch it. Please check it out. It's incredible.
Here, just hold
We
this up
love seeing the
close.
representation. And it's a really good movie. We really enjoyed it. It's a tearjerker. Oh, I don't think this is going to work, Cole.
It's not working?
No, it's not going to work.
Dang it.
No, if you head over to Shane and Hannah's Instagram,
Yeah.
type in Shane Burkall on Instagram. You'll see one of their posts where they have the announcement and then the list. You can also go to Good Bad Things on Instagram. They also have it too. But y'all should check it out, please.
And the movie is just loaded with relatable moments. Like, there are so many things, so many little scenes in that movie that like really pulled on my heartstrings because I had been there.
Yeah.
And so the representation felt really good.
Yeah.
Felt really good.
It did. Someone said, will it come out on Prime or streaming services after it's in theaters, don't have access in Idaho? We don't know. But we'll hopefully like Netflix will pick it up or something. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna have that conversation, and
Yeah.
you know, being able to achieve a theatrical run just to like, you know, test the waters with your movie is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal that this is even happening at all, and that would indicate that streamers could be interested.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll
But
keep you posted.
what will help is if everyone goes and sees the movie.
Yeah.
Go see it. It's really good. And the actor who plays the lead role, he's never acted before this, and blew me away.
Yeah.
You would never know.
He did great. The actor
did
has
great.
SMA, which is what Shane has.
Yeah.
So it is really good. Gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Totally recommend.
Yeah. I relate to it so much. I can keep talking about it, but all right, we can move on. We're gonna talk about the road trip now.
Yes. Oh, someone said you can only have dry eye in one eye. Consult a doctor, get tested, use prescription. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Thank you. Road trip. Talk about it.
Road trip. So we're gonna drive to Alaska. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna go see a moose. No, we're not doing that.
We saw a moose in Utah during our last road trip.
Dude, that was scary.
We were 100 feet from a moose.
I was gonna say 30 yards, so about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very disconcerting because we had Sophie with us too.
Sophie didn't see it, thank goodness.
I'm very glad about that. But we were just going along the trail and we'd look up in the woods and it was like laying down and could barely even see it there.
Yeah.
Like Charisma was like, oh, there's a moose. Or who saw it?
I don't know.
Someone pointed out and I was looking for a while. I was like, there's not a moose there. What do you oh, shoot.
Yeah, once you saw it, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm very happy the moose was just relaxing and we just kept on walking.
I would not be able to fight a moose off.
I don't think anyone would be, honestly.
Moose are huge.
Yeah. But we're not going to Alaska.
No. So we are going north first, though. So we're going to head upwards across the country. Probably stop in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. We've also never done Chicago. We heard this is a great time of year to do Chicago. Mm-hmm. And your boy wants to have a deep dish pizza. I've never had one.
Yeah. So we're stopping in Minneapolis for a week with Shane and Hannah, or 5 days, and then they're coming with us to Chicago. So we're doing the Chicago trip together.
Yeah,
and
that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited. They've been to Chicago, which is nice, so they know a little bit about what to do.
Yes. Someone also sent a bunch of recommendations.
True.
So we're set.
And then we're going to Virginia. So we are going to be in Virginia for a long time.
A long time. We're planning on like a month.
Oh, Dory!
Dory, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dory. Thanks for joining.
Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna spend like a month at home and just relax. Try to, I don't know, recenter.
Spend time at the river.
Rejuvenate.
We get to see our niece, guys.
Yes, Isaiah and Alyssa will be traveling up to Richmond when we're there.
Yes.
So Stella will be within our eyesight.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all,
which is great.
How many of y'all know, but we have a niece.
Yes.
And she's
awesome.
Yes, in 9 months.
9 months. Yeah, she's so cool, and we've been getting off FaceTime recently. Yeah. She's learning how to clap.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how I clap.
Yeah, she's so cute. And, you know, it's interesting because we're so far away because they're in Florida, and I was so sad that we weren't going to have that connection with our niece. But thank goodness for FaceTime. Like, she recognizes our face, our voices. Like, her and I have this thing where we play, like, peekaboo, and I hide away, and she loves that, starts laughing.
She does.
We're able to still have a connection even though we're so far away.
It would be nice to be closer, though.
Yeah.
So we will be on our road trip.
Yeah.
So lots of time at home, and then after home, we're going to drive down to Florida to see Isaiah, Alyssa, and Stella, because we'd really like to see our niece.
Are you being funny? What are you saying?
No.
Oh, sorry. I was reading while you were talking, though.
Yeah. So we're going to see her in Richmond, and then we're going to chase her down to Florida. Yeah. Spend some more time, hit the parks, of course.
Disney and Universal.
Yeah. And then after that, Dallas, Texas. Oh, wait, we have to stop before Dallas. Were we stopping? Baton Rouge or something?
Yeah, just for a night in Baton Rouge.
So we'll probably eat some alligator.
Well, we didn't want to go New Orleans, NOLA, because we go there every time. So we were like, let's try Baton Rouge this time.
I think it's pronounced Nolans.
Nolans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but no, we're going to be going down to Baton Rouge. Was that good?
I'm not
I feel like I lost
sure.
at the end.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
The Bayou.
Then we're going to go to Texas.
And then Texas. Yeah. And then we're pretty much going to book it home from there.
I think maybe a stop in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But
there's some good meatloaf.
Someone said come to Atlanta.
ATL.
Maybe when we're back on the East Coast. We've gone to Atlanta a lot.
If we need a stop between Richmond and Florida, we could stop in Atlanta.
Is that convenient? I think South Carolina is more convenient.
No.
It's not?
Well, no. Florida is long. Long.
Oh, okay.
I think. I could be wrong, but I think Atlanta is like almost halfway.
I'm not the best with geography, so.
Neither am I.
Okay, Richmond's off at Love It Here VA is awesome. Yeah, we'll be in Richmond.
Michael London, hello.
Someone said, when are you getting a foster placement? We had a placement over the summer, but now that we're about to take a road trip, we're not going to receive any placements until after, so it'll be after our road trip.
Yep.
All right, you want to
the Bayou. Someone's talking about the Bayou.
Do you want to talk about our topic?
Yeah. Yes.
Talk about water trauma and your recovery
and good bad things. You know, in life, there are a lot of good bad things. Sometimes I look at my spinal cord injury as a good bad thing. because I think it's turned out pretty good, even though it's a bad thing, objectively. So, but yeah, with my injuversary being last weekend, we've been thinking a lot about my injury. And I almost drowned in water, if you're unfamiliar. And water trauma, I didn't realize, like I hadn't put a label on it, but I think it's bigger in my life than I thought it was. And I'll share a story. Because on one of our recent Instagram posts, it was all about water activities.
Yeah.
We've done so much water activities.
We have.
In the past, 5 years?
We love the water.
Yeah, I do. Even though I almost died in it.
Yeah.
And so we posted that on Instagram, and my aquatic therapist from early days in rehab responded to the post, sharing about how, like, she remembers crying with me, and, like, you know, I touched her. Only a few patients touch her, but it was probably because I had a panic attack and needed to be touched.
No, I think she said, no, she said only a few patients have brought her to tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened was the first time, I wanted to get in the pool right away because I didn't really, understand the weight of trauma at that point, I don't think, because I hadn't had anything, truly traumatic happen.
And you were a swimmer, so Cole lived in the water.
Yeah, a lot of water in my life. So I wanted to get right back in as quick as possible. You can't get in the pool if you've had a bowel accident in the past 14 days.
Oh, really?
So I had to wait until I was clear and hadn't had an accident recently. And they let me in the pool, and this was in the middle of the day, and a lot of people are rehabbing in the pool. And so we get in, and if you've been to a busy pool, you can kind of see how rough the water gets. It's not that rough, but it's not still either. And just that roughness was enough to, after maybe a minute or so, make me start to panic.
Yeah.
I don't even know exactly how, exactly what it was, but I remember it just flooding me.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I realized that panic attacks are uncontrollable. Maybe over time you can learn coping mechanisms, but in that moment there was nothing I could have done to calm myself down, to I don't know, I just couldn't stop this from happening, and I started crying. I was like, get me out, please. My mom jumped into the water with all of her clothes on just to be beside me, and then we got me out. I was like, oh, that sucked. That was not fun. And it made me really scared because, like Carissa said, I love water, and I didn't want that to be the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the jostling of the water reminded you of the rapids.
It must have.
Yeah.
It must have. I do see that there's an ad that's about to run, and I don't want to
I think it's different for everyone though.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been just like the rapids, and because my face was underwater for a while, and then I was on my back being towed to the side of the river. And even then, even though I knew someone had me and I was safe, I still remember the water lapping on my face and being powerless to pull my body up above the water and breathe. So what we did was we talked to the staff at Shepherd where I rehabbed, and they agreed to let me use the pool early morning before it was open to the public or to the hospital. And so I went back down there with Lisa, my favorite aquatic therapist, and we had a quiet, beautiful opportunity to get in the pool, and it'd be calming and therapeutic, and that was huge. That was huge in my recovery. And then from there, I would have her hold me underwater as long as possible because I like to hold my breath and see how long I could go, but she wouldn't let me go past 3 minutes because she thought she would get in trouble with the hospital. But that goes to show you how a 16-year-old kind of goes from a panic attack in the water one day, and then, or at least this 16-year-old, and then the next day being held underwater holding breath. I just like being underwater because it's so quiet, and hospitals are noisy.
Yeah. I was curious, how many other people, when you were at rehab, also had an accident that involved the water and had water trauma, or do you feel like you were maybe one of the only ones that may have had as intense water trauma?
I know a bunch of I know that a bunch of us had water injuries.
Yeah.
And a number of people were underwater for a long time, like minutes.
Minutes? Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Which I don't understand how you can do that, like without gulping in water. Some of them did gulp in water. But it's water trauma is a very common thing in the SCI world, especially for quadriplegics, because diving into things is something a lot of people do, you know? It's a common activity.
Diving?
And then when you have had a couple drinks maybe and you're at a pool that you've never been to before and you dive in, boom, welcome to the SCI community, you know? And I've heard that story exactly in pools. Even when someone goes in, breaks their neck, and they're just floating there, and people are looking at them thinking they're joking, and then after a few minutes go by, it's like, okay, I don't think they're joking.
A few minutes, I don't think it's a few seconds.
Well, someone told me it was like over a minute or so. They were at a public place.
Was it chaotic?
Well, yeah, it was like a party, and people aren't focusing. There's no lifeguard.
Also, they're probably drunk too. Yeah.
So yeah, they're super common. I don't know how other people deal with their water trauma though. My way was to just get in the water.
Yeah, and I think that's how some people deal with trauma in general. Is just kind of facing it head on, and working through it.
Yeah.
At a pace that's appropriate for them, but.
Yeah. I think I thought I had overcome my trauma because I had done a lot of water activities and water sports and stuff. And then years later, we went tubing. And this is one of our vlogs, actually.
I think we talk about what happened in the vlog, right?
Do we?
I think we do, yeah.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that reminded me of a lot of emotions deep down.
Well, can you explain what happened?
We went tubing, and this is something that we were trying for the first time, and the tubing part went pretty well. I was very happy with that. Wait, was this tubing or just? No, it was tubing.
It was.
No, it was jet skiing.
It was jet skiing because you fell in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mom wanted to get a good clip right beside me and Quint's jet ski, and I'm barely hanging on to Quint on this jet ski. And then she hit us with a wake that just completely put our boat in the water. And so I just held on to Quint for dear life, and then he was able to ride us, and we have life jackets, so we were fine. But to get me back to the dock, we didn't really have a great plan. Our plan was to tie some rope to my life jacket and then tie it to the back of the jet ski and then tow me home.
Mm-hmm. Which, and when you think about it, it seemed like it would make sense and it would work. But I don't think we ever had enough speed.
That was the issue. So the river house is on a tidal river. Mm-hmm. So the current will go that way and then the current will go that way.
Yeah.
Well, our dock was that way, and at this moment the current was going that way. So the jet ski was not idling hard enough or fast enough to beat the current back to our dock. So we weren't going anywhere when he was idling.
Can you pause?
Oh, what?
People are talking about the audio being low, and not everyone's saying it. It's only a few people saying it, so I don't know. I mean, the mic is kind of further back. Did you turn the audio down last time when you were streaming on Twitch?
I don't think so, but I can tell that it is a little low. You could just move it up. The Blue Yeti bar.
I know. That was my plan.
Yeah.
When I had a moment.
Audio's fine for some people.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move it up a little bit. Headphone warning.
Yeah.
Is that better? You didn't go very far.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go a little further than you think you do. That's probably good.
Did I move it? Why don't you talk like normal?
Hello? Hi, I'm talking now.
You think it's better?
I think it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, so our plan was not as foolproof as we had hoped for, and Quint, to beat the current, had to start revving the jet ski, driving it forward, accelerating, and that was enough to start kicking water over my face. Mm-hmm. I did not handle that well. I was trying to be a good sport about it, and it's interesting watching the video back because it looks like I'm more on the surface of the water than I felt.
Yeah.
I felt at one point like I was a foot underwater.
Yeah. Well, yes. I think you were never a foot underwater. I think the issue was the water was covering your ears though. Yeah. This part of your face. And I feel like that's a lot of your face being in the water. Sure, it wasn't over the front of your face.
Splashing over my face.
And then you know how the jet ski has a stream? Mm-hmm. That was splashing you too, I think, or near you at least.
Yeah. And I felt the anxiety coming. I couldn't stop it. And I knew it was about to happen. And so I just burst out. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
Yeah. And I don't think your mom heard or Quint heard. So I had to be like, stop, because I was in the back of the jet seat, so I could see and hear you really well. And I was like, stop, and I jumped in immediately, and I was like, okay, you're okay. Just take
I really
a moment.
appreciate you in that moment.
Yeah.
I needed charisma in a big way.
Well, I understand anxiety and panic attacks. I've had, a few in my lifetime. So it's just, when you're going through those moments and you have panic attacks, sometimes it's hard for you to calm yourself down and take a deep breath.
Yeah.
They're
What
hard.
was it like for you to see me have the first time you saw me have a panic attack?
What was it like?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I thought much of it just because I can relate to that feeling.
Mm.
So I just did what I would want if I were having a panic attack. And Cole has been there you've been there for me with panic attacks, so you understand completely.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we both, understand the experience and what it's like. So that when the other person is in it, we can help the other person.
Yeah, someone asked a really good question that I was actually going to ask. Someone asked, how did having a trach change your relationship with water?
Oh.
And I was honestly going to ask this, especially the first time you got in the water. That was the first time you got in water with also your trach. Do you think your trach also...
I don't think I got in the water with my trach. Did I have a plug?
I don't know. But either way, you had
Yeah.
You had it was plugged or whatever it was, or healed, but that was still something that I'm sure was on your mind.
Yeah, I was not a fan of my trach.
Yeah.
I do not. No. Trachs suck.
Yeah.
Hard. That being said, I did get in the water. I think I had maybe a plug on it at that point.
Yeah.
So a plug is when you're in between needing to have the trach and the vent and getting off of it and breathing on your own. Mm-hmm. They don't want to take the trach out completely because you might, regress, and then all of a sudden they'll have to do another surgery and put it back in.
Yeah.
So what they do is just plug the hole to give you a chance to breathe again. And I remember the first thing I did in water after was take a shower. For people who have a spinal cord injury, it's they go a while without taking a shower. I mean, you're bathed in bed, but it's just not the same. I was very scared to take a shower because I thought water would get in my hole. I literally thought it would just come down my face into my hole and kill me. So I was very nervous, but I also didn't want to be a little baby boy. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. The other added part that made this stressful was because I was still on a vent and could not breathe on my own, a nurse had to stand beside me with an ambu bag, a green bag, and pump air into my lungs manually for the duration of the shower.
Oh my gosh. That is terrible.
It is not fun.
You didn't have a panic attack then?
That's a good question. Honestly, at that point, I was so deep in trusting the people around me that I was like, all right, I do not like this. This is not going to be fun, but I just have to trust these people because I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So they get me in the shower chair. She's got the bag. She's walking beside me, pumping air into me.
Jeez.
And we turn the shower on. This is how I was the entire time.
So you're just kind of in your head.
I was so locked out. I was like, I'm just going to disassociate for the next 30 minutes. And then the nurse afterwards actually commented and said, wow, I've never seen someone so calm for their first shower.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I might have looked calm. I was not calm.
I have
but it went well.
I have a question. Were you on any medications or anything at that time? And also, were you on medications when you went into the pool? Or had you stop?
I think that I was on terbutaline.
Yeah.
Which is a hard drug. I think they had me on that. Baclofen.
What does the T1 do?
That's heart rate.
Heart rate. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said hard something,
No.
hardcore. I don't know.
Yeah, it helps your heart rate stay up because mine was really low. It's still really low.
And then baclofen is for spasms.
Baclofen, taking a ton of that. I think I was also on an antidepressant at the time. There were a lot of drugs in my system, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The shower sucked, but we got through it. We got all the scabs that were embedded in my scalp.
Did that hurt?
No, it was amazing. It was amazing, dude. Oh, that was the best part. But then, we're talking about water. Oh,
You shower, you got the scabs off.
yeah.
You remember?
Oh, and then getting into the pool, I was very scared, but I was reassured by people that no water's gonna go in here. It's fine. And then once I finally got the plug out, I was so relieved. But that's also a scary time because you literally have an open hole. Mm-hmm. You have an open hole in your throat. It heals very quickly, but while it's open, man, it's stressful. Just imagine like having a hole here.
Yeah.
At one point, I did eat a French fry. I just kind of.
No, you did not. No, you did not. Oh my gosh! Someone. Child of God, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm suffering from mild anxiety and depression now for 3 weeks. Now for the last 3 weeks.
Very sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's
very sorry.
That's hard. I hope that
anxiety and depression is a pretty crappy duo.
Yeah, I hope that you have a support system helping you through this, because we totally understand what that feels like.
Yeah, we were talking about depression yesterday too.
We were?
Yeah, one of my probably worst depressive episodes was when we like first started dating. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is too good to be true. I'm so sad.
That's not, no.
No, I was just going through a rough patch coming out of college, wanting to have a new life, but realizing it might be harder than I anticipated.
Yeah.
And it was winter. Winter is always making me depressed.
Yeah. Winters are hard.
Yeah.
For a lot of people. Well, I hope, child of God, that it gets better, and we're sending you so much love.
Yes. Nowadays, water is a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
We love getting in water. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of trust and charisma when we're doing water things. You're getting really good at swimming, and half the water.
Lying?
I'm not lying. From when we met to now,
Thank you. Yeah.
you're doing really well.
Thank you.
And most of the water activities we do are with Shane and Hannah. So
yeah.
There's lots of people around to save lives.
Or your parents or your brother.
Or our parents.
But I also wear a life jacket, just like if anything happened, it's going to be easier for me to help Cole with a life jacket on, so I'm not having to tread water and help him at the same time. Yeah. Are you going to show your hole?
So here's my hole today. There it is.
I don't know if you can see it. Can you?
It's all healed up.
Your hole?
Zoom in. You can zoom in.
Do you want me? Okay.
Here it is.
Is it going to zoom into you? There it is. That's perfect.
It has some hairs. I need to shave them.
And can you talk about this scar too? Can you see that scar right there?
Oh yeah. So I had to have a vertebrectomy. I think that's what that is. And that's because I don't half-ass things, you know? When I break my neck, I go all the way. And there was so much damage that the neurosurgeon had to go in the front and the back.
Wait, really? That's why they went in the front and the back? You've had that much damage?
Yeah.
I will say...
I blew it up in there, babe.
Wow. I will say you healed, like, very well. Like, your scars and everything.
Well, I appreciate my parents.
Yeah.
They put Mederma on me, and they insisted on it. I didn't really care for it, but thanks, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, no, seriously, you can barely see a lot of Cole's scars. Like, you have a scar here, which is kind of like a Harry Potter scar. Mm-hmm. And then he has, I don't know if a lot of you knew or know, but a lot of people with spinal cord injuries, I don't know if it's everyone, I don't want to ever say everyone, but I would say probably most people, have a halo.
Yeah, traction.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you have 4?
Yeah, I think there's one like, I think there's one here, and like here, and then 1, 2, 3.
Can you explain?
So they had to screw, had to screw this apparatus into my head, to restabilize my neck after my injury. Mm-hmm. And so I was just chilling as they're screwing into my head. Not something I recommend unless you like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone would like that.
No,
that was one of the
really
worst
scary.
parts.
Yeah.
Between that and them taking out my intubation, those are probably the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Do you still remember that?
The intubation coming up?
Like just like that time.
Imagine you eat a really thick spaghetti noodle, and it's rough, and it's dry, and you hold on to one end of it and swallow the rest so it's all the way down, and then just slowly pull that out.
They can't do that while you're sleeping?
It probably woke me up. It was so darn painful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is not fun. I'm talking about a lot of trauma. But even with my hole being healed and me being good with water, I still have trauma around it. I don't want anybody to touch it.
Yeah.
I don't want people to come near it. Even if it's the sensitive, loving hands of my wife, I say no. Mm-hmm. Because it's traumatic. It was painful. And people, when we had to, like, cover my hole to heal, we had to change the tape every day. Mm-hmm. It was the worst. So painful.
Yeah, Cole has you have scars from the tape.
Yeah.
that's still there. Like every time they took the tape off, I don't know what kind of tape they used, but it was intense
strong.
tape.
Dude. There's a video of that actually, and it's just me going, ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, it's on Kelly Sidner's YouTube, Cole's Mom.
Yeah, you can go check that out if you want.
Well, I will say you do an amazing job talking about, you know, that time in your life, because I know that it's traumatic, and I know that it brings up a lot of hard memories and tough memories for you. So
Yeah.
I think you do an amazing job at talking about it.
Thank you.
Because I think, you know, it's good for people to be aware. It's good to talk about these things too with young kids and children, because you want to make sure that they're not diving into the water too, or shallow water. So it's, you know, bringing awareness to spinal cord injury. But I know it's not easy, so I'm proud of you for being able to open up about that.
Yeah. Well, there was one story from home.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm going to say thank you,
Oh,
Cece.
Cece.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Oh, the hug.
It's a hug.
Oh, the hug.
I'm imagining you in the here. Look at Cece in there.
No, Cece, we're hugging you.
It's
We're
a group
hugging
hug.
everyone.
We're hugging everyone.
Everyone.
What was I about to say?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
About
I don't
trauma
know.
and stuff?
Oh, I hate that tape. A lot of people might
I remembered it.
know the OMG tape sucks on flesh everywhere.
Yeah, don't put tape on too much flesh.
Meek said they've seen the videos of you on your mom's channel in therapy.
Are you sure that one's on there? The actual tape?
Yes, I think so. If it's not on,
we'll have to show that next time if it's not.
yeah, if it's not on Kelly's page, it's on a video, probably one of your spinal cord injury videos, where we definitely have shown it.
We've definitely shown it.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, talking about this stuff is hard. I think what made it easier for me to get into sharing and being open was very early on in rehab. We heard from a mother who actually came down to visit us and took us out to dinner, bought us dinner, and she shared a story of her son who was like a grade or two younger than me. And when I was paralyzed, the community, they were like, in a small town, it's big news. And this mother shared how they went to their river place and their son wanted to go for one last jump off the dock. Jumped off, broke his leg. And the mom, of course, was pissed. She was like, you need to be more careful in that, blah, blah, blah. And the son was like, I didn't dive. Mm-hmm. I remember Cole's story, I didn't dive. And I'm like, holy crap. Mm-hmm. Here's a literal example of someone who heard my story and still got injured, but it wasn't a life-changing injury. It was their leg, you know? Well, it's probably still life-changing.
No,
you understand
but
my point, though.
You can heal from that.
Yeah. And that was so important to me.
Yeah.
I still think about that. And I hope more people are going feet first.
Yeah. Don't dive.
Yeah.
Even in deep water, just jump.
Just jump.
Unless you're an Olympic diver, I mean.
Yeah. But look, a cannonball is fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do a little cannonball.
Make the biggest splash you can make. Thank you for joining, Kim
Kim.
Cook.
Welcome to the squad.
Thank you.
All right.
Do you want to answer some questions?
Yeah,
Is there any questions?
Let's do some questions.
Well, we'll read the chat now. Sorry, I saw the chat moving a lot during
Yeah.
that conversation, but I wanted to have you make sure you had. I didn't want to interrupt you with questions, but now if you have questions, let us know.
What's going on? Michael London, he knows all about the Halo. Oh, when you were 14.
Wait, I feel like we've talked to Michael London. I feel like we've emailed you before. I recognize that name a lot, or maybe on Instagram.
Maybe.
14.
Yeah,
wow.
it is no fun. No fun at all. How did you even have the courage to dive? I could barely jump in water. Well, that's exactly the issue. I was very comfortable with water, and I dove a lot. I was a competitive swimmer. It was very natural for me.
You started swimming when you were how old?
I could swim before I could walk. I was in the pool literally before I was even walking.
Yeah.
So.
And you won so many championships when you were in like elementary school. Like, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
picture of Cole when you were 6?
Yeah.
Holding this trophy.
It was MVP. I was killing it when I was 6 years old. Thoughts on Tara and Hunter? You should be friends.
Oh my gosh, we love Tara and Hunter.
Yes, we love Tara and Hunter. And we had tried in the past to get together.
Yeah, they are busy. They are
Yeah.
freaking Paralympians and Olympians.
And college students and then business entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We're doing a whole lot.
But let me see. I feel like we're so far away now. I feel like I didn't. Okay. Is that too close?
The camera's blocking me. I can't even see myself. How do I look?
You look amazing.
All
as
right.
always.
I believe you.
No, we actually texted Hunter after Tara won. And we were like, we're so proud of Tara, and we can't wait to watch the Paralympics when you're competing. So yeah, we have their number, but maybe one day we'll get together.
I think we will, yeah. Well, I mean, if we stay in LA till 28, that's where the Olympics are going to be, Olympics and Paralympics. So.
Make sure you all tune into the Paralympics, though.
Yeah.
It's just as amazing as the Olympics, and
it's a lot to learn. You can learn so much.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Paralympics.
I am too. I've never been to the Olympics as much as I was this year. I think it's because of you, because you were so into it that I would pop over. Chris was like, "Okay, it's the final. Here they go," and I'd roll over from my desk and we'd watch.
Mostly, we watch swimming, gymnastics, track, basketball,
handball, which was awesome.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. All right, see if there are any other questions.
Got questions? How did you both meet? Before or after your accident? It was after. We met at the hospital.
6 years after.
Yes.
I'm struggling with this camera. I think I moved it a little too much. Okay. 6 years after Cole's accident, we met.
Yes.
At the hospital.
I was not her patient.
Lauren,
Shane doing better?
Lauren wants to know, is Shane doing better? He's pretty upset over the backlash. He's doing better.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the situation, Shane is being mistaken for someone who's a bad person.
That's not what the post was about, sweetie.
Oh shit, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, it was the viral video. Yes. I was just getting a ton of crappy comments.
Yeah, people were saying some horrible things on his very viral post, and so he made a post about how like it's just not okay to do that, and it's very frustrating and exhausting. But he's doing better. We've talked about it. Reached out to him immediately, obviously.
My man gets it rough.
Instagram has been really, really mean. Really, really. It's not really a good platform right now, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, they're doing something where they're like pushing the worst comments to the top because like people are responding to it, and that's interaction. It's like, no, let's put the positive stuff up there. How about that?
It's frustrating. I play wheelchair rugby and have been getting into table tennis, said Nicole. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. I love ping pong. Oh, I can't wait to play ping pong when we go home.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be great.
Are you going to post during your vacation? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we may do some lives with our parents.
We haven't talked to them about it yet, so they could say, screw that.
Yeah, they could.
But
stay tuned. Stay tuned. And when we post it, come ready with your questions to ask Kelly and Clem. And Mama Cat and Wanderick, Derek and Katrina.
And we could do Isaiah and Alyssa. And then we could do...
I think the parents would be good. Oh my gosh.
You mean Stella? Let's interview Stella.
I wish. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna respect them. I know they show their daughter, but I don't want to show their daughter on our page.
She's so cute.
She is the cutest baby ever.
Cute,
I know.
It's unbelievable. We were doing Punnett squares the other day, trying to think about what our kids would look like.
Yeah.
Sorry, you have this feature. I have that feature. I think it's dominant. Yours might be recessive, so that would give us a 25%.
Well, we were thinking about that because their firstborn, Stella, has blonde hair, blue eyes. And, my brother is black like me, and Alyssa is white. So when you have biracial babies, you just never know.
Never know.
But she has the brightest blue eyes. And we're like, oh my goodness, it's so wild.
I'm curious if her hair changed colors. Because I
think it will.
When I was really young, I had bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like. What was that?
I don't know.
Was someone breaking into our home?
No, don't say that. I think it could have been our dog.
They're not going to be happy with our security system.
Instagram is getting really boring lately.
Yeah, just block everybody but us, honestly. You should do that.
Oh, someone wants to know if we felt the earthquake.
Yeah.
So...
We did. We felt both recently.
Cole felt the earthquake. I did not feel the second one. And I think it's because we were in our garage when it happened. And I don't know if I'm making this up, but I think because that part of our house is on a concrete slab and not foundation. And so I think that we didn't feel it as much in the garage because when it happened, Shane and Hannah were like, they texted us immediately, did you guys feel that? That was so scary.
Yeah.
And they live very close to us. But I did not remember feeling, I don't think it was that intense to us.
No, we're seeing like home videos from people and like it looks like an explosion happened.
Yeah.
And us, it was just like.
Yeah, I was like.
Is this an earthquake?
Yeah, we
What's
didn't
happening?
know. I know. So I think what we learned is that if there's an earthquake, maybe the part of our house that's on a concrete slab may be the best place to be.
Yeah. Oh, another member, Arturo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Do you see some questions? I saw you looking at it.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Do
couple
you
more.
know Reagan Linton, an amazing stage actor?
No.
She went to this person's high school.
No.
Okay, I'm going to look up Reagan Linton.
Is she disabled?
Yeah, she got paralyzed.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna
look her up.
What do we got? Oh, would you work towards the Paralympics at some point, Cole? What sports/activities do you enjoy now? I think there are two things I might do in the Paralympics. Maybe power soccer, if I tried it and I got good at it and enjoyed it. But also, you may not know this, but esports have been included in the Olympics. And that means video games, competitive video games, which I'm all about.
Yes.
I'm sure there are some people in here that are like, what the heck are you talking about? But it's actually kind of a big industry. It's popular. Obviously, I mean, they put it in the Olympics and Paralympics, I suppose. So I would love to join a Paralympic like esports team.
But Cole's really good at Rocket League. Like, you're really good, and if they had a Rocket League, which is pretty big, but regardless of the Olympics, I think Cole should join an esport Rocket League team. And if you haven't seen it, there is a team that plays Rocket League, all disabled men, in New York, and the documentary is on HBO. I can't remember what it's called.
I think it's called Quad Gods.
Quad Gods.
Yeah, HBO.
And it's all about, like, gamers who are quadriplegics that play Rocket League.
I need to go see how good they are.
You need to join the team. That's what you need to do.
If they're amazing, then I
You're
wouldn't
amazing.
I would be on the bench if they're more amazing than me. I'm only like average amazing.
You're pretty good.
Thank you.
Cole said, I think your obsession with Rocket League is showing.
Yeah. Oh, do you have a favorite song? What's your favorite song right now?
Favorite song? Oh, I don't think I have one right now.
I have a favorite.
What is it? It's our dog.
Doom 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 doom. Can't keep my hands to myself.
Oh, why? Because we met Eric yesterday.
Yeah. If you recognize that from the like 2 notes I sang. Hello?
She wants to say hi.
All right, Sophie. If you recognize that song is from the band Portugal the Man, who has a wheelchair member who is like a genius with music, and he was at the premiere last night.
Yeah.
So we were hanging out and chatting.
So we've been listening to their music.
Yeah. Hi, Sophie.
Sophie, you want to say hi to everyone?
Thank
You gave your dad kiss. Kiss.
Oh.
Thank
There
you.
it is. Good girl.
What have you been
Good
doing?
girl. Were
You've been
you
making a
sleeping?
lot of noises.
Were you sleeping
You've been
out
making
there?
a lot of noises. We thought it was a person, but it was you.
It was you.
All right, maybe
Someone asked about, do you, like, your panic attack?
my panic attack.
Well, they asked, like, do you panic, Charisma?
Oh, I have anxiety. I have medication for it. My anxiety is most triggered. My anxiety is triggered when I fly. And I don't know what it is, but lately flying has been very, very hard for me. And I think it has a lot to do with everything that we have to do with, you know, getting Cole onto the plane, but also turbulence really gets me. And after the pandemic, we didn't fly for a long time, and then we finally had our first flight to Arizona.
Yeah.
And it was the worst turbulence I've ever felt in my life. Plus, it was the first time being in a crowded space, which made me panic, just because I get a little bit of anxiety in crowded spaces with a lot of people. If people are surrounding me, I panic a little. So
especially when health is at risk.
Yeah. So that triggered my panic attacks on planes, and ever since then, I've had anxiety on planes. So I got medication mainly because my anxiety comes out in like physically, and so I get really upset stomach, which is not good when you're on the plane. So I really needed it to calm my body because I couldn't constantly deal with that on the flight.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah.
And I can vouch for the turbulence on this flight. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Yeah.
And generally, I don't have any like aviation fear, and I kind of like the turbulence. You know, it's like being rocked to sleep.
Yeah.
But this time, you were being jostled awake. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I was crying.
Yeah. And I think that was the first time I'd seen a panic attack from you.
It was, yeah.
On that level. I was kind of confused because I was like, what? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And she's like panicking. And I'm like, okay, it'll be all right. And then she's like, no, Cole. She's like, it'll be fine. No, Cole. And eventually I was like, oh my gosh. I think she's like legit panicking. So then we held hands and I talked to her. I said, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right.
They had one of those bags, and I was breathing into it to calm my breathing. Was I? I think I think I was holding it because I thought I was going to throw up at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot. So
Yeah.
the medication helps me a lot with flying though. Puts me right to sleep. I don't even know. And takeoff is really bad for me actually because I get very lightheaded and I almost like passed out one time taking off in the plane. It just, I don't know what it is, but it just affects my body. So I take my medicine, go to sleep, and I'm like, oh wow, we are like 2 hours away from our destination. Perfect.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Wake up at your destination.
Yes. When you go on your road trip, who will be driving? Me.
Oh yeah.
I will be driving.
Someone asked recently, did we do a ad spot for Pottery Barn? We did indeed. I think that's what we talked about last week.
Yeah,
right?
we talked about that in our last live. Our
Yeah, go
Pottery
check that
Barn.
out if you want to learn more.
I hate airplanes too. I also have meds for flying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people who have like stress
Yeah.
with flying.
Is our dog the same as Hannah's and Shane's? They also have a golden doodle.
No, they don't.
Wait, what is
they have
it?
a Labradoodle.
Oh, Chloe's a Labradoodle?
Yeah, Chloe's mostly lab, I think. Like 75% Labrador.
But she's so big, like a poodle.
Labs are big too.
Yeah. I thought she was a golden doodle this whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's cute though. I can't
She's
wait
cute.
to see her.
I treat her like a Pokemon. Because, like, when Chloe's around, she doesn't want to interact. And that's fine, you know? Do your thing.
Well,
you
when-
have trauma.
well,
What?
with new people though.
Yeah, with new people.
Yeah.
And then after, like, the third or fourth hangout, where I'm just generally in the same space, Chloe just approached me. I was like, oh, it's like a wild Pokemon approaching.
Yeah.
And then I'd pet Chloe, and then walks away 10 seconds later. So now every time we hang out, I get like a 10-second visit from a wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
named
No,
Chloe.
Chloe loves you.
Yeah, she's nice.
I had a play session with Chloe, and Hannah said it was the first time she's seen her play so much with someone else other than Hannah.
Yeah.
And she was so excited playing with me. And Sophie was over too, but Chloe, when she plays, she like growls. And so it feels
Yeah.
really intimidating. And Hannah's like, no, this is just normal. But Sophie was like, I'm confused. Like, why are you growling at my mommy? So Sophie comes over and is like checking out the scene. And we're like, we're playing, Sophie. And it was so cute. Chloe was so happy.
Yeah. Sophie was like, wait a minute.
I know.
Do I need to fight this bee?
Don't you attack my mama.
I
No.
thought we were friends.
Sophie loves Chloe. Sophie probably
Yeah.
loves Chloe more than Chloe loves Sophie.
I think so. But Sophie loves Hannah more than maybe anyone.
Yeah. Hannah might be Sophie's favorite person ever.
Yeah. That is true.
I think we should probably
Wrap it
Head out
up.
soon, yeah.
Who's a better driver? It's obviously me. And then also we have. Wait, I saw your ad spot on a site called Disability Scoop.
It might
Oh,
be
I
in
wonder if Pottery Barn put
yeah.
it there. That makes
Or
sense.
they reshared it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thank you, everyone, for being here. For
Yes.
those that joined us and became members, thank you so much. Again, those benefits are early access to videos, priority response to comments,
Weekly updates, life updates.
and then shout out.
And
once
shout
you
outs,
join, we'll give you
yeah.
a nice shout out.
I was going to say something. Oh, someone was asking how to join. So if you go to our YouTube page, you'll see subscribe, and right next to it should be a button called join. You can also go to the description of any video, recent video, and you'll see it. It's the top link on every description. So two ways to do it.
Yep, there you go. And otherwise, just if you would subscribe, that'd be great. If you're not subscribed.
Nancy said, please come to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Green Bay.
I've never-
I'm down for cheese. I love cheese.
One day, because we
Yeah.
have a friend from Wisconsin.
Does he have
Haley.
a mansion
Haley
in
Lynn.
Wisconsin?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm doing a
T-Pain.
T-Pain. Yeah, Haley, does she still live there?
I don't know.
Should-
Maybe one day we'll make it. It won't be on this road trip. We already have our time planned, but maybe a
Yeah.
future road trip. We'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. All right. You guys should do this more often. Every Wednesday, guys.
Yes.
My last Twitch stream is going to be tomorrow, and then I'll probably pick that up when we return.
Yes.
I wish I could bring my video game stuff with me, but
Of course
it's
you
too
do.
much.
No, we should be here next Wednesday again, same time, 4 p.m. PST. Not sure what we're going to talk about yet,
Yeah.
but we'll think of a topic.
We'll think about it, and if you have an idea, leave it in the comments or in the chat, and we'll try to get some good... I think my brain's done.
Yeah.
Yep. It stopped. It just stopped.
Stopped working.
Yep. What was I saying?
Want me to close it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining today, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Once we're on the road, our lives, we're going to make sure it's the best that we can do, but please be patient with us
Yeah.
because we're going to be working. Oh, there's an ad. Hold on.
Should we wait for everybody?
You can just, okay.
Okay.
Please be patient with us because we're going to be working with hotel Wi-Fi's, and I'm not sure how strong they're going to be. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to be good lives. We'll see.
We'll see. But again, thanks for watching and hanging out.
Yeah.
If you've been through water trauma, my heart goes out to you.
If you're dealing with anxiety and depression,
Heart goes
also
out to you.
send you so much love.
Or any trauma, you know.
Any trauma, yeah.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you. Oh, wait, quickly, I want to say, everyone that shared their story in the last video that we posted about their experience, thank you. Cole was reading so many comments, like tearing up.
Wow.
I wish we could respond to everything,
I
but
know.
it was so sweet.
I wish I could too, but
Yeah.
man, I was just like, some heavy stuff in there, some beautiful stuff in there, some tragic stuff in there.
Yeah.
And my brain died at that point too. My emotional brain.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Bye. I have to go all the way around.
Stay positive. Goodbye. See, oh, I'm spasming now. Oh,
Gosh, what's that?
I dropped the iPad. I'm stuck now.
Me.